OMG. Let's do this thing. Hello, you beautiful people. Today is February 21st, 2026. It is day 122 of Office Hours, which brings us to the exciting adventure that is episode 22 of Scam School. What is Scam School? Scam School was a show where we taught you social engineering at the bar and on the street. It's literally the web's longest running series on social engineering. Back in the day, I was your host, Brian Brushwood, but now we're doing Scam School, the show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. These beautiful, fine folks, they're the real ones. They're the hardcores, the diamond clubs, the one who show up with their time, energy, and effort, and you should be among them. You should earn your diamond wings by joining us pretty much every morning. I usually throw up a beacon about an hour before we go live, and then we all gather. We celebrate the fact that despite all the odds, despite all the algorithmic separation, despite the robots, the AI slop, by the way, AI slop coming to your YouTube Shorts feed times a million thanks to YouTube. Despite all of that, real life human-to-human connection exists, and you're seeing it right here. So, as we always do, we're going to watch episode 22. Actually, not always episode 22. We're going to watch our episode of Scam School, and then we're going to, during it, we're going to do two things. First of all, if you have questions, you're going to write them in the chat. Second of all, if you have the bandwidth, here, you know what? Let me give you the URL. I'm going to post that URL right there in the chats across all 5 nations. Look at that. Bow. Office Hours is the one thing. Office Hours is the one thing that goes out to all 5 nations. So lots of cross chat. We got some folks from Scam Nation. We got some folks from Modern Rogue. We got folks from LinkedIn. I don't know if they're in the chat. We got folks from X. We got folks from, of course, the OG, twitch.tv/Night Attack. With that in mind, oh, the second job. You almost let me get away. You almost let me get away without finishing it. Second job is, you'll notice that inside all of these old comments, 16 comments, what a mini game that we like to play is we like to engage with 16-year-old comments with nothing but positive energy, positive vibes. So we'll all reply to all of them just to give people a bit of surrealist, did that just happen? Oh, a dose of positivity splashed right in their face. All right, we're going to take a look at this episode, Fast and Loose. This one is a legit old school con. Goes by a bunch of names, Pricking the Garter, Fast and Loose, On the Barrelhead. And a lot of people don't know it's an old scam. And I teach it here. There's so many variations, guys. There's so many variations. So this is the simplest one and the first one that I put on Scam School. Here we go. Check this out. Let's go.
This episode of Scam School brought to you by the National Campaign Against Drunk Driving. Welcome to the show that swears, promises it's going to call you in the morning, and it won't be weird at all. Scam School, the only show dedicated to social engineering at the bar and on the street. I'm your host, Brian Brushwood, and today we learn crime, an actual con game popular from the 1920s called Fast and Loose. Here we go. I'm going to teach you guys an old con game. It's a gambling game that dates back all the way to like the 1600s. It was originally called Pricking the Garter, Chasing the Chain, the Endless Chain, and most recently we've heard it called Fast and Loose. It got a resurgence back in the 1920s where it was called Fast and Loose. And essentially, it goes like this. You basically take a chain and draw a figure 8 with it. Now, how you throw the chain causes either one of these holes to be one that's held fast and one that's held loose. In this case, I set it up so that if you put your finger here and I pull the chain, it'll hold fast. If you put your finger here and I pull the chain, it'll slip right off. Let me explain. For example, put your finger right there. And I'm going to pull it tight. and it holds fast, right?
Yeah.
Now in this case, go ahead and lift your finger. I'm going to do what looks like the exact same thing, and in this case, I want you to put your finger in the exact same spot.
Okay.
And in this case, you can see it goes loose. Right?
Yeah.
So this is essentially, it's a game of matching wits because it's very difficult to figure out which one is held fast and which one is loose. This is about the con man reading people. And in this case, what the con man will do is he'll actually make a prediction of what he thinks somebody's going to go for, and he'll set up the chain. For example, go ahead and make a choice. Are you absolutely certain?
No.
Now are you certain?
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. Was I actually had thought you were going to go with that one. But then it occurred to me you would change your mind. Go ahead and put your finger there. Oh,
Whoa, can I go there?
you know what? I didn't plan on you changing it back. And so you can see that is where it was held. But you know I would have won.
Okay.
All right, now here we're going to start playing for real. You ready for this?
Yep.
All right, here we go. I've made my prediction. Who wants to go?
Let me go?
Yeah.
So I'm supposed to pick the one that goes fast? Or
Whichever one you let's say you have $1 on the table.
Hold fast.
Holds fast. Very good. Very good at predicting. Let's try that again. Here. Let's do it. You pick the one that holds fast. Which one? Are you sure?
Yeah.
That's it.
You know that's the same one he went.
Yeah, I know.
I had a feeling that that's what you would go for.
Nice.
I tell you what, we're going to try one variation. Now, I got to tell you, I will take you guys for hundreds of dollars playing this game. We're going to be fair here. Both of you guys put a finger in right now.
Okay.
Now, I want you to see that it's a fair game, and you can tell that right now, one of you has the one that holds fast.
Yeah.
All you have to do is have the other person lift their finger. If you guess correctly, you win.
100 bucks. 100 bucks, right?
$100.
100 bucks.
I'm not losing it. Here we go.
Should have held.
Thank
All right, you guys ready for the real work on this?
Yeah.
Totally unbeatable. There's no way to win this game.
Okay.
Because,
Had anyone win?
what's that?
Have you ever had anyone win?
No. And you'll understand why. Because when you set up the chain, basically what you do, if you want to do it fair, you lay the chain out, you hold your hand palm up, and as you come around, my hand's going to rotate so you can see it's like a circle folding back on itself.
Yeah.
And in this case, this is a fair setup where the left side will hold fast. See, the right side, if you put it in there, you can see it's loose, right? But the left side, you can see holds fast,
Yeah.
right? However,
You pull the chain.
that's so again, the setup to do it fair is you rotate the hand as you come around and you set up a real one. If you want to get the hold fast side on this side, put your fingers here and pull it apart, and now this side's held fast. That's how you do the real setup. If you want to cheat, now this is the part you're not going to believe.
Yeah.
If you want to cheat, remember I said you got to rotate your hand around to do it fair.
Yeah.
If you want to cheat, you're going to do the exact same move, no rotation. So watch, if I don't rotate my hand, if I just go forward and around, it looks like the exact same setup, but both sides are actually loose.
Oh.
Nice.
You see that? So in this case, again, going forward and over without rotating the hand gives you loose to where there's no way they can win. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys want to actually try this? All right, so we're going to do a real one first. So remember, you're going to rotate your hand around.
Yeah.
There you go. Drop it in there, and then there's one hole there, and then the other one there.
Yeah. Okay.
So in this case, go ahead and put your finger there, and then you pull it.
Pull it anywhere, right?
Yep. And that's a legit throw,
Nice.
right?
Yeah.
Now go ahead and we'll do the exact same setup, except
right.
this time, fake it.
Except
Cheat.
this time, let's do it
So
for
no rotation.
All right.
no rotation. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
no, now I want you to tell you one thing I do
It's
is
up
that,
here.
yes, yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, don't rotate, don't rotate.
Don't rotate, yeah.
Yeah, you're rotating. See, this is rotation. Yeah, that's, so again, don't rotate.
I blame Jack again. I blame Jack.
And then come down,
Yep.
Okay.
and again.
Yeah, here's this.
Now in this case, it looks like the exact same setup. Go ahead and put your finger in there.
Oh.
And they're guaranteed to win. All right?
$10 a try. 10 bucks a try.
He's on. Now don't forget, this is an illegal con game. Feel free to do it for your friends for fun, but if you start making money off of this, you better send me 10%.
Okay, done.
Done. Appreciate it. You guys are fantastic. Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks.
Now that you got the basics of fast and loose down, you can start screwing over your friends. We will be learning more advanced techniques later on, so keep an eye on the show. But meanwhile, it's very important that we mention that Scam School and its parent corporation, revision3.com, wholeheartedly recommend that you do not engage in any illegal activities. We wholeheartedly support the efforts of law enforcement to crack down on crime. Meanwhile, if you have any stories of success, I want you to post those stories at revision3.com/scamschool on the message boards. Any questions, or if you want to suggest your favorite scam, write me directly at brian@revision3.com. Don't forget, next episode, very special, very useful tip. We're going to be learning how to change your nickel metal hydride batteries into lithium ions. Until then, I'm going to be at the bar. Oh, hello. I'm Brian Brushwood, host of Scam School on Revision 3. Look, guys, by now most of you know Scam School's dirty little secret. These scams really do get free drinks. Lots of free drinks. So many free drinks, in fact, that it's important to plan ahead for your ride home. That's why this episode of Scam School is brought to you by the National Campaign Against Drunk Driving. Remember, 15% of all drivers involved in fatal car crashes during the week were alcohol impaired. During the weekend, that figure jumps to 31%. 59% of those killed in single vehicle crashes on the weekend nights had BACs of 0.08 or higher, and 62% of all comped drinks are earned by Scam School graduates. If you're planning to drink alcohol with friends, designate a sober driver before going out and give that person your keys. Tell them, I don't know, you'll teach them how to do the human chimney.
There's no way to hide it. If you drive drunk, we will find you. Cops everywhere are stepping up enforcement and cracking down like never before.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight? You've been drinking tonight.
Make no mistake, you will get caught and you will be arrested.
That's kind of depressing. Hey, speaking of Martin Sargent, let's hear about the new internet superstar.
Internet superstars Martin Sargent here. Big news after the tragic death of my sidekick Gator. We're now doing a short episode every weekday with more interviews, more news, and hopefully fewer zombie attacks. It's not the same old internet superstar. Thanks for taking a look.
Oh my God, so much there to unpack. That's amazing. First of all, how about, okay, number of different things. Let's go not in order. Let's go from the back to the beginning.
Tell them, I don't know, you'll teach them how to do the human chimney.
Okay. So, first of all, this was like dark subject matter, right? Heavy stuff. Let's do...
Guys, by now, most of you know Scam School's dirty little secret. That's why this episode of Scam School is brought to you by the National Campaign Against Drunk Driving. Remember, 15% of all drivers involved in fatal car crashes during the week were alcohol impaired.
Yep.
During the weekend, that figure jumps to 31%.
Yep.
59% of those killed in single vehicle crashes on the weekend nights had BACs of 0.08 or higher.
Yep.
And 62% of all comped drinks are earned by Scam School graduates.
Okay, so that 62% of all comped drinks, that's me riffing on a Simpsons bit where Mo at Mo Tavern is like, all right, guys, listen. The police say that 75% or 63% of all DUIs are caused by you four guys. And so that was the riff I wanted to do on that. I did not expect that depressing. Like that's some good old fashioned punching up that I did on Martin Sargent's set.
And you will be arrested.
That's kind of depressing. Hey, speaking of Martin Sargent, let's hear...
That was pretty good. That's an authentic good joke that I made. All right, so in the chat, correctly, Dylan Theus sniffed out the same thing I did, which is we get to see the proto first time of essentially the C block coming together. And you can tell it's almost like an afterthought. Like I teach it and I'm just like, oh, I don't know. Let's, can we?
Held are actually loose.
Oh.
You see that? So in this case, like,
Yeah, so that was the moment. It was a surprise.
you guys want to actually try this?
You want to try this? Throw it out there. Look at that. And what's funny is, absent that ad break, the C block does feel a little bit kind of odd. It's fine though. Also, that lower third note, the hey, he's promised this before. This is like early days of me sniffing out. You develop kind of a sixth sense for what the comments are going to say. Like, people are going to say blank. So you just get ahead of it and make sure it's on screen. You see that nowadays with all the corrective footnotes and the clarifications and the all of that stuff here. Speaking of which, that's a good point. Dylan Theus points out that what you're seeing me work with is a proto-inspiration for the Rogues Arena. The actual Rogues Arena is right here. There we go. So the Rogues Arena is inspired by that. That thing was it was called a Wizard's Window, and the effect was for what they call black art. Black art, there's a type of magic that relies on basically things covered in black looking invisible. Like you'll see Japanese puppeteers will do giant demonstrations where they're just dressed all in black like ninjas, and so you don't see them along against the black background. That's a stage effect, but the Wizard's Window was intended to be up close. But it had these side effect. So you could make things vanish black on black if the lighting was right. But it had a side effect of being the very best close-up mat I'd ever encountered. And then once these were not available to sell, I looked into making them just as big. Nobody else was making big, luxurious Rogues Arena, which, by the way, thank you very much, Dylan Theus. Yes, they are available at scamstuff.com, gear for the Mono Rogue. Yes, it's a durable good that'll stick with you forever and ever and ever. And yes, it does have two sides. First of all, the luxurious card handling side, and and also if you flip it over, it's got hard wood top, so you can do all of the bar top effects that you need to slide stuff around on wood. So you got a slidey surface and a tactile surface. They are available. Let me double check Princess Judith. Let me do scamstuff.com. Let's go to Arena. Yeah, here we go. Look at that beautiful bad boy. It's glorious. We got 3 different colors, and they're amazing. Basically, you're able to command attention for a close-up effect in a situation where otherwise you wouldn't be able to command attention, because you'll notice that in a bar, it would be very difficult. Whoops, that was not at all the right place. There we go. In a bar, it would be difficult to get all of that real estate to work on, and the surface might not be right for dragging your fingers around, but all of that works out great with this, and that's just a lamp pull chain on there. So we got the Proto C block. And my explanation of this is fairly rudimentary by design. There's actually extraordinary, excellent tutorials out there by working professionals who you should purchase their materials. But there are ways to throw it where it's fast on both sides, fast loose on either side, and of course loose is the one that would be they would do it. Let's see, is it fireproof? Oh. Yeah, fire would be bad on the fluffy side for sure. Hey, Wago, I'm not sure when you joined in on the I assume all the drunk driving campaign and all that. All right, so we're getting to the part of the program where people have thoughts and notes. I got a really good comment from somebody who said, "Hey, these are great, except for I don't like all of the live stuff." Here's an idea. You'll notice that our format is try to get the actual content right at the very beginning, and then we deconstruct the content, and then we do other stuff. If you're not liking the other stuff, that is because you're not there participating. So try participating and being here with us live. Going live pretty much every morning. Like I said, I throw up a beacon about an hour, half an hour before I go live, and everybody who shows up are the best, which brings me to the next question. Issue. Yeah, Nicholas George, I agree. It's one of those things, it takes me a minute to throw it a couple of times to get a sense for it. So a thing that we've been casting about on is looking for where do we have a chat room when there's not a chat room? And I hate that the answer is so terribly, terribly obvious. But guys, are you aware that Patreon has a chat feature? Patreon, patreon.com/modern rogue. And I believe, I'm not sure about this. We're gonna have to check on this, but the Modern Rogue chat room in Patreon is a very, very special beast because it lives in my pocket. It is the one thing that the only time I open that app, it goes straight to that chat. I check two things and maintain inbox 0 on. That's my SMS and the chat in Patreon. So whether you have two nickels to rub together or not, is there any reason that we can't all just be in the chat at patreon.com/modern rogue? Here, let me edit this title. Modern Rogue. There we go. Always on Brian chat. Boom. A boom. Like, whoops, that's not right. I didn't do the thing. No, that's not right either. What are you doing? Oh my God. Like, here, let me get this open. Patreon. You guys can test. Here's what I'd like is if somebody in the chat, Humdinger protocol is disabled, G James B. I should re-enable it though. In fact, here, let me re-enable. Computer, re-enable. Oh, wait a minute. It says it's active. Oh, but it must be anchored to something else. Okay, so here's the test. Here's what I'd like to see. I'm gonna open up this chat, and there should be a default testing test. There we go. Boom. So this is what it looks like to me. So if somebody, what I'd love to test is whether or not it's open to free tiers. So you guys can just jump in and we'll see if you guys are on here. Also, heads up, it's going to be a shorter episode today because I have an 11 o'clock appointment. Oh, yeah. The Humdinger protocol is enabled, but it's just anchored to the wrong thing. So I'll have to set that flow chart. That's something we could do. All right. Then the other, let's check in on our latest launch. Yow, yow, yow. There we go. Do. Yeah, good. So we're up 16%. The things that we want to pay attention to is how that click rate is doing. Oh, yeah, this is what I wanted to check in on. I noticed... Great. So people are coming in and they're sticking around longer. We're above average on those. There we go. This is what I wanted. Or was it? No, there was something I found earlier, and I wanted to share it with you guys. I'm sure it'll come back to me. Beep, 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 dee. Beep, beep, dee. Okay, so the current test that we're running right now is 3 derivations. You only want to alter one thing at a time. So in this case, I am doing 3 different thumbnails. It's a bit of a bummer that... Oh, wait a minute. That is what I was asking. Is whether or not the chat room is available at the free patron tier. Ah. Well then, do $1. Do it. Anybody who's got $1. There we go. Yo. Testing this out on the live stream. There we go. So for 3 pennies a day, you can join the club. Why is this doubled up, I wonder? Oh, interesting. Oh, very interesting. I think it did the thing again. Yeah, it sure did. Oh. Oh. This is not the... Oh. Interesting. I wonder why... So at some point... Oh, Humdinger. That's what did it. Now I know. Look at this. Yeah, that's what it is. So the Humdinger protocol is activating the wrong thing. So what I need to do... Watch this. Maybe I do cleanup. Now we got it. Oh, that feels good to scratch that itch. So what if I do this? Now... So what if I do this? Humdinger. Hey, and we're back. Yep. We got him. And then this should be fine. Ooh, yeah, definitely saving this setup. Save as, set it up for today. Episode 22, fast and loose, fixed, Humdinger. Nailed it. Got it. Awesome. There we go. Woo! It works. Always on chat. We got it. We did it. Hello, Judith Optik. Optibeak. All right. Why is everything so cryptic? What's cryptic? You're Sculptoroid. Here, let me bring you up to speed. Today is day 122 of office hours, where I go live every single day. Pretty much every single day. As many days. What's the current streak at? 4? 5? 4 or 5? We're on a streak. We're in the middle of an arc where we're revisiting every episode from the good old days of Scam Nation or Scam School, because specifically the YouTube algorithm has changed and now there's a strong recency bias. And so because of that, we are keeping things recent by reviewing them. Basically doing, there used to be a classic rock station that would do something called Breakfast with the Beatles. We're doing that with Scam School. And then the rest of office hours, we handle whatever is want and answer questions exactly like yours. And then, so right now, we're up to episode 22 of Scam School, and we're headed midway through summer of 2008, and we're watching as Scam School changes over time. And now, the thing that maybe looked cryptic to you is that we are solving for the problem that there's a group of regulars whom you should be among. By the way, congratulations on earning your diamond wings. You are now part of the elite, because there's no amount of money that is as important as your time, energy, and effort in showing up. Those are the real ones. People who show up are the real ones. People who don't show up are not the real ones. You, my friend, have joined the ranks of the proud, the elite, the Diamond Club. What this means is when you catch me out on the road, and boy, oh boy, does it look like I'm going to be on the road a lot more, you get to flash this and get my full attention, because then I know you are a real one. Because diamonds are forged under immense pressure over a great amount of time. Hopefully that answered your questions. Oh, and right now we're going over the behind the scenes of the most recent release, Sculptoroid. If you haven't seen it, you should really watch Scoundrel. It's a really good game, and it's a really fun teaching of it. It's one of my favorite. There are no live vids or chats. There's no chats. Yeah, it looks like you might have to figure out the cheapest tier to get in the chat. Something trivial that you'll never pay attention to. You'll never notice. Something hilariously low, like on a per day basis, it would be. Okay, there you go. You guys are figuring out. There's a chat tab. Awesome. Hells yeah. Thank you so much, Sculptoroid. Good to see you. Eventually, I guess there's another layer on top, which is if you've not been watching, obviously the meta of YouTube, now we're at the point where so many creators are creating so much stuff that YouTube is becoming an efficient marketplace. And on top of that, you have robot generated stuff, which is just making it really confusing for a lot of folks. And that's part of the reason that I'm going live every single day, is because it's fairly unambiguous that Brian Brushwood the Human is showing up a lot. And in order to get to this moment where I'm able to sit inside the cockpit of this crazy spaceship and run everything, to get to all of this has been I don't know, took me a year and a half to learn how everything works, set up all the cameras, learn how to live switch, learn how to design it. It looks great though. I mean, look at this place. Check this out. Let's do. Oh no, that's the wrong one. There we go. Like, look at that. Got warm tones set up for everything. It's a little bit slow. I am provisionally a human. Ophir 29. I have been called a machine on more than one occasion. But if you ain't seen it, this here's the elites, the real ones, the Diamond Club founders, the folks who did the most astonishing thing in my entire life. They kicked in cash for a beautiful dream. And so we memorialized them on this incredible plaque. One of my favorite things about this plaque is when it came time to design it and do it, David Rowan was like, hey, I think I could fit all these names on here, but everyone just put what they wanted their name to be on there, but like some of them are weird, at __. And I was like, yes. And he says, well, what do you want to do with that one? And I'm like, well, did they pay money? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, great. Then we put that down. He's like, okay, but what about this one? Like here, 8 = Alex Karcher D. Like, that's a dick. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, this is going to be a very expensive plaque. I'm like, yeah, it really will. And he's like, well, what do we want to do about the obvious genitalia drawn? And and I said, did he pay money? And he's like, yeah. He's like, well, then we put it on the plaque. The end. Oh, where I am right now, the same place as MRHQ back from the day. Hell yeah. Yeah, our address is 7708 Thomas Springs Road, Austin, Texas, 78736. You should send us presents. We can unbox them live on the air. And I can tell stories about all of them. Oh, I set this to a very slow thing. In fact, hold on. Here, let's go for a little walk. I got time to take you guys on a short little walk. There we go. We'll take a look around. You won't be able to hear me talk, so I'm just going to play music for this. 1 second. You know what? It occurs to me, we designed this to be kind of a bed and breakfast, right? Like, does anybody want to just come out and stay for a weekend or something, or visit for a night? Because, like, that's the reason that we built everything the way we did, was so that patrons could come and stay on campus, kind of like a dorm, basically. Geolocation leak. Yeah. The Jeep is real. Yeah, so everything is designed to be used. Now keep in mind, I bought the place and fixed it up, and then a global pandemic happened. So it was kind of like a fallout shelter vault. But now that the sun's out again, this could be a vacation destination. This could be a place where you guys, the patrons, can come out and stay for a week. Just hit me up if only you knew my email. It's brian@schwood.com. There you go. Come out. Brian@schwood.com. There we go. So you guys can hit me up here. Ooh. Top 10 games you could play in your head by yourself. Co-written by the guys from Corridor Crew. That's interesting. Pow, pow. Oh, thank you very much, Nick Bolding. I appreciate that. Zoe, I'm so glad that you enjoy it as much as I do. It's one of those things where it's like when the closest thing to real magic happens, I think it's sacred, right? I mean, and wherever you are on the religion spectrum, a community coming together and not just talking about a thing or making noise or doing performative nonsense, but instead actually kicking in cash. That's real magic, and I feel a stewardship to keep things going. Yeah, it's one of those things where hopefully you guys are in it for the long haul, because we're going to go on many more adventures. Very few people have been through, and very few people should be expected to go through all of the riffs. Very few Bob Dylan fans have stuck with Bob Dylan through all of his wild phases. And I know that the Brian Brushwood story has taken some wild swings in different directions. And some people hop on thinking they're at the beginning of a story, not knowing that this is the 5th or 6th project that they're getting in on. And then things get different, and they don't realize that they're meeting old friends and other stories, and they get confused and they hop off the ride, and they close the loop with a very sensible narrative about how I liked it until blank, and now I don't want to watch it anymore. And they say that it's good as it was bad, and I don't blame them. That's what I would tell myself too. But of course, the real answer is I am not up for the number of calories it would take to burn to find out the rest of the story, which unfortunately I don't have. Yeah, we could start a cult there. Slinging Nerd, let's get started. Let's do it. All right, gotta go. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, Shay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about you coming all the way out from Australia. By all means. Oh, you know what? Ad Raven. It's mostly solved. You need to talk to in the chat. Talk to Not Scary Steve / Flocinaci. He's almost got it cracked, but he needs to see more of it. So I owe you the rest of that. We've made a group project of it. Okay, all right. Look, we got important stuff. You guys need to join in chat at patreon.com/monarogue, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bow, 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 bow.